One thing that I would never ever do again, and something that I do not recommend, is doing this job as a full-time job. It is not worth the anxiety, the negativity. It's just not worth it. Being an influencer and doing online work, it can go good a couple months, and then the rest of the year it could be bad. And I'm not trying to be negative or put anybody down that wants to do this as a full-time job. I'm just being 100% honest when it came to my experience. My experience with this job, or having this job as a full-time income for almost 5 years, was really good in the beginning, and then it just went downhill. You're always worried of like, am I gonna get enough views for this video? Do I have to start finding sponsorships for my videos, even though I don't really want to sell things, but I have to for more income? So you're always in that limbo effect every time a video goes up and every month. With YouTube, you only get paid once a month, and when I tell you that I was struggling mentally and financially, it was so bad, to the point where I didn't want to turn the camera on. I felt so lost and very unsure of where I was going to go after this. Luckily, I worked my butt off to find the right job for myself, and I'm so grateful that I found a job that I truly like. I like the hours. I mean, the pay could be more, but that's like every job. But I'm very grateful that I have a somewhat steady paycheck. I know there's no such thing as like job security, but it is nice to have a job where I know exactly what I'm getting paid bi-weekly, and I know where all of the money is allocating to, and I'm not worried about like, is this video gonna do good? Are people gonna complain that I have poor lighting in this video, or the audio is bad because I have the AC on, or maybe because I've already talked about this topic, or I'm overweight and I'm on camera and people are gonna say stuff about me down below, or the views are just really bad for this video because I didn't do enough like advertisement for it. Other influencers make it look glamorous, where you're getting all of these free products and you're, I don't know, it makes it seem better than it is, basically. I don't want to get too deep into this because it's such a touchy subject, because this is like everybody's like dream job. It was my dream job until it turned to my nightmare job. Another thing that I do not recommend as a minimalist is to declutter your entire life in one day. I see these videos everywhere online where it's like, declutter my entire house in one day, or declutter my entire life in one day. And the issue I have with these videos is that there's a huge misconception where if you declutter everything in one day, you're going to feel great about yourself. Most of the time, I'll say 90% of the time, you are still going to feel blah, because you probably were rushing through the decluttering process and got rid of things that you may have to repurchase because you weren't going through things carefully. And that also happened to me. There was so many clothing items that I wish I would have kept, but I was so obsessed with making sure that like my entire bedroom, kitchen, like everything was super minimal, than having or keeping what I truly needed. So I do not recommend decluttering your entire life in one day. Take your damn time. You will thank yourself in the long run. I do not recommend the aesthetic version of the minimalist lifestyle. Everybody's different. For the most part, there are so many beautiful aesthetically pleasing pictures on Pinterest, Instagram, and trust me, I love looking at this stuff. It makes me feel relaxed. But I also have this in the back of my mind where, you know, just a little mental note, knowing that this is not my life. It's nice to look at, but this will never ever be my life. I do not live in a museum. I live in a home, and we're still trying to make it a home. There's quite a few things that we are missing. I own some things as a minimalist that some people will be like, no, not for me. And that's okay. Everybody's different. So I know a lot of people have been obsessed with the aesthetic version of the minimalist lifestyle, where you don't have like, some people don't even have headboard, and they'll have like just like this nice big fluffy duvet, and they'll have like a couple pillows and just everything looking so perfect where it's like it doesn't look like someone lives there. The same thing goes for the living room. They'll have like the cloud couch, which is a pain in the butt to clean, I heard. They'll have like a white rug, and that is cool and all, and it looks amazing, but it's not practical for most people. So I know there's like quite a few people that regret doing or going the aesthetic minimalist route, and that are kind of like steering away from it now and decluttering all the stuff that they purchase just to be aesthetically pleasing. I was falling into some of those traps, and then I got myself like I snapped out of it. So now we just purchase things that are truly meant for us, things that we're gonna get use out of and not waste our damn money, and also waste space in our home. Being mindful of the purchases that we make, not just for the looks, but for the more like, all right, do we need this? Do we not? Are we gonna get full use out of it if we do buy it? You know, it took us the entire summer to buy a grill. We just bought a grill last week, and it's August. And we have been thinking about getting a grill since we moved in here. And we're like, do we need it? Do we not? And then we finally found a grill that works for us, and that was fairly cheap. Just a cautious decision instead of like, let's get that one. That one's super aesthetically pleasing, because there are aesthetically pleasing grills now, which is crazy. But we went with something that went with us. Like the grill we got is not pretty, but it's practical. And it was on sale. It was meant to be. So it's just another little example of not going the aesthetic route and going more of the realistic route for us. Another thing that I do not recommend is buying in bulk. People will just buy in bulk because it's on sale. Food goes bad. If you buy cereal and you see like, oh, well, I bought cereal last week and now this week it's buy one, get two free. I need it. Even though you bought cereal last week and you still haven't opened those boxes, things do go bad. And I would say like there's some things to stock up on when there's sales. Go for it. Like for us, garbage bags are a need, especially with us having a yard now. We kind of like to make sure the yard is kept up. We have a front lawn too to keep up with. So those are some things that, all right, we can stock up on garbage bags. I don't think I've purchased garbage bags since we moved in here, because we bought boxes and boxes of garbage bags, so it's one less thing to think of. But when it comes to buying in bulk, just because things are on sale, it just doesn't make sense. Like for instance, there was bar soap on sale at Target the other day when I went to go grab some things that we needed, and I was like, oh wow, this is a great deal. But I stopped myself. I was like, wait a minute, I have like 12 bar soaps at home. Even though these things don't expire, it's something that I just don't need right now. Like, yes, it's on sale, but it's just not something I need to be purchasing right now. Bar soaps last a long time, a lot longer than like your traditional body washes. That is something that I won't stock up on. I'll buy like the big box that comes with 12 or 14 of them and call it a day. I do not waste my money or time buying things in bulk just to save money, because sometimes it does the actual opposite, where it's like, wait, I'm buying in bulk to save money, but really you're buying things in bulk that you don't use, so technically you're wasting money at the end of the day. And you're also wasting space. I guess we have a little visitor. He knows it's almost time for bed. I actually have work tomorrow, so yeah, that's why I'm filming at night before bed, since I have the time. But this is what he does every night. He is ready for bed. And the last thing that I do not recommend, and this is something that I used to do when I was younger, and I wish I never did because it's so cringy to me now because I know better, and that is forcing minimalism on others. I am the only minimalist in my entire family, including my partner. I would never now force my minimalism or minimalism tips on people that don't want it. Like, that's super annoying. That's like someone forcing a religion on you, or their religion on you, or forcing clothing inspo on you even though you're not a fan of their clothing inspo. Like, you like your own style, or you have your own style. So this is something that I just don't do anymore. And for people that click on my videos are probably people that are curious about the minimalist lifestyle. This is why I would never pay for advertisement for my channel. I see a lot of influencers doing that where they will pay Google, like you can pay Google X amount of money to advertise your channel now, and it will just be like an ad where people can click it. I rather have people find my channel because they're interested in the minimalist lifestyle, instead of like forcing views or just forcing people in general to be a minimalist, because I know this is a very different lifestyle for people. And the same thing goes too for eating habits. I stopped doing like plant-based recipes online and talking about veganism online because it was my choice to go vegan. And you know, that's just something that I would never ever judge anybody for. If you eat meat, if you don't, if you're pescatarian, I don't judge people. Like, it is what it is. Everybody is different. Whether you're a minimalist or not, or you're vegan and you're not, don't force your beliefs on anybody else. And like I said, I am not perfect at all. Like, there were times when I was 26, 27, judging the heck out of my sisters, out of my mom, out of people I worked with on like, what are they eating, what are they wearing, why do they have so many things, why do they have to go shopping all the time. And I snapped out of it the minute I got into my 30s, and I'm like, why do I care what other people are doing? I should just care what I'm doing for my life. Why do I care what people are doing for their life? Like, that's none of my business. Like, let people live their own lives. Moral of the story. Anyways, I'm rambling. Around this time at night, I'm like always rambling. Probably just overtired. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you next Sunday.